Hello everyone and welcome to the Extreme TIG channel. I hope everybody's doing well. So for today's video guys, I'm gonna do F6 F4 which is TIG root and hot and 1-2 fill of passes, and the rest fill and cap is with 7018 and stick. So as you can see, it's a 2-inch extra heavy wall. So I'm gonna put a gap, loose 1/8 or 532, it all depends. I'm gonna put like a bridge tack. You can even cut a smaller piece. It doesn't have to be that long. It'll be easier for you later. Okay, now I'm just gonna check for gap, if it's even gap on the other side, so I can fit my 1/8 rod here. As long as I got 1/8, I can wiggle inside, that should be good. Okay, now I'm gonna place the second bridge rod. Just gonna put one tack on the opposite side. You can use the bridge tacks if you want with a TIG wire. I like to cut a little piece of round bar. Okay, and now the third tack is gonna be just 3 tacks on this one. Okay, now we got three tacks in. Just gonna double check so everything's okay, and then I'm gonna put in a positioner. I'm gonna set up in a 6G or 45 degrees. I set up that the pipe is on the bottom, and as always 1/8. That's what I like to use, 1/8 tungsten, cup size 7. And I'm gonna start. There's a couple different ways you can start. As you can see here, the examiner, he marked the pipe so he knows it's gonna stay in a position. You're not allowed to move or do any manipulation when it's set up. So for the root, it's gonna be around 111 and lift arc. Okay, I'm just gonna show you a couple examples here how you set up. I received lots of requests. You guys asked me to show you how I position myself when I'm doing this. So there's a couple different ways you can feed from inside. You can be on your kneel, like you can kneel down, or you can be up and looking through the gap. You can walk the cup, you can freehand, whatever works better for you, whatever you feel most comfortable, where you got good view, nice and clear view of what's going on. That's most important. As you can see here, you can feed your rod from inside or from the side. I like to just keep the rod inside the root when I'm doing my root pass. Or you can freehand. As I said, you can kneel down, or you can be up in your feet and just looking through the gap on the side and feeding from the top. This is what I'm gonna do. Just gonna do it on the opposite side. This is only to show you guys how to position myself, where I put my hand, and hope it's gonna help. Okay, as I said, I did on the opposite side. Didn't put any welding shots. It was a really bad picture. Now I'm just gonna take this bridge tack out. Okay, now I'm just gonna grind a little bit. That stop start here, and as you can see here, this is where I'm gonna connect and just continue on. Okay, like for any beginning, when you start, especially when the stop starts, preheat. Once that puddle starts melting, then you can add rod. I'm just gonna do constant feed here, a little bit more, not for long. Once I go up on the top side, I'm just gonna pull that rod out slightly and just gonna feed the edges. I'm just gonna feed the edges, do like the dipping technique here. As I said before, there's lots of benefits to it, as you control the amount that you actually depositing in. Okay, now I'm on the other side. Same thing on the bottom. I didn't grab any bottom for the stop starts. That's a good habit, of course. You can do it. As I said, I just keep constant feed rod inside, and once I get up to 3 o'clock on this side, then I'm gonna pull it out and start feeding on the rod, dipping on the sides. Just pay attention where I actually feed that rod. It's not completely inside the root. It's from the outside, on the edge of that bevel. This is how I'm. You gotta, the feeling of how much you're depositing in, and you don't wanna have a big buildup. Even though I like heavier roots on that heavy walls, this is the bend test. It's not an X-ray. Even if it's an X-ray, I pretty much do the same roots always. This is kind of the root I like, as I got lots of meat later, because I got to grind 4 coupons they cut out of that 2-inch pipe, and it's gonna be a side bend test. Okay, now for the top, I'm just gonna hold it up on that edge, and hope just the gravity will do the rest with my dipping technique. Okay, as I said, preheat here. Once you got nice good temperature, when your puddle start getting liquid, then you can start adding that TIG rod. As I said, dipping technique, and that's it for the root. As you can see here, on the top right corner, there is a little bit heavier root on that side from 3 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It's nothing to worry about. It's not a big deal. Visual is still okay. It's acceptable. It's just that little bit section is a little bit heavier than it's what I usually do, but it's good. It's cut out, and we gotta grind it. It's a bend test anyway. Okay, now I'm just now I gotta do fill pass. Use a buffing wheel. Grind always each pass. You want to have a clear, nice picture. You want to get rid of any impurities, especially later when the pipe gets hot. It tracks all that impurities and goes right into your weld zone. You don't want that. You don't want to get rid of that. Okay, so the idea here is this is a F6 F4. As I said, this is a TIG hot pass and a couple passes of fill, and then we gotta do stick 7018. So I want to cover kind of top angle. I want to cover that. Now I'm going to run 150 for the hot pass. One of the benefits of the thick root, as I mentioned before in my old previous videos, it's you can really run hot on your hot pass, as you're not going to get any sag back. That's one of the idea of the little bit thicker root. So no worries for sag back. That's definitely you kind of want to have a solid travel speed, especially on the top. You don't want to slow down or pause on one spot for a certain period of time. You might get burned through. You definitely don't want that. But if you just keep moving, you got your own travel speed, whatever that speed is. 150 might not work for you. Maybe it's too hot. You can go. Depends also, guys, from the manufacturer, from the machine. Not all the machines are the same with the same amperage. 110 and 111 on a Miller, in this case XMT. With Kempe, if you're in Europe, Kempe, excellent TIG machine. It might work different. It might work 105 amperage for this root, or even 100 amps. Okay, so now I'm about to finish the hot pass. That's the idea. Finish on the side, as I don't have that stop, start, or pause option on my TIG torch. As I said, buffing wheel, run each pass. Okay, now I'm running on the top side, and the idea here is there's a little tip. I like to have covered and filled more top side than the bottom side. As I said, I'm running a stick later, so I can kind of have I like to have more build up on my fill on the top part. Any particular reason? Yes, it's easier for me in my case, as I like to run stick. I'm not a perfect with stick welding. I'm not really some special expert. I do stick as any other average Joe. Still good enough to pass X-rays in the field, but to look really nice and beautiful like some guys can do with stick, it's amazing. I'm not on that level. I'm a TIG welder. Okay, now I'm running both sides, covering the top side first, and then I'm gonna do at the bottom section. Uh, 150, same amperage. I'm running for my fill passes here. Okay, now run each pass. As you can see, the pipe is getting hotter, so it attracts more impurity from inside, from the wall, from material, right into your weld zone. So you want to run buffing wheel each pass. You want to have that nice and clean, as all that paint is burning as well. Okay, now I'm going to run one more pass here on the bottom part. That's what I like with the carbon pipe, especially when you're using 70S6 rod. It's really nice, good rod, clean. You can really run hot. You can stretch that puddle. It's nice and clean, good visibility. And as I said, it's really crucial. Clean each pass buffing wheel. That's how your weld puddle is going to be nice and clean. Okay, as I said, I like to cover that angle, especially because I'm running the stick later. So I'm probably gonna go one more pass here at the bottom part, at the top part. It's kind of easier for me later when I'm doing stick. I got better control, better visibility on my bottom section, especially on a 6G. That's why I like to cover more stick at the top. Okay, now it's clean up. Good clean, and now I'm gonna start running 7018. I'm gonna run 1/8 7018 from now on until all the way filled to flush. That angle is good. This is kind of idea I got to just to make my life easier on with a stick. I know down in the States a little bit different procedure. You guys got mostly X-ray. Here in Canada is bend test. Okay, now I switch settings to stick. I'm gonna run the 1.8 and the 1.19. I'm trying not to use grinder here. I'm just try to use buffing wheel as much as I can. I'm just gonna run fill to flush. And that's it, the beauty of stick. It doesn't look beautiful, but it'll do the job. As I said, I'm not a big expert in a stick. I can do the job. I can pass any X-ray in a field. But it's very rare. It's really gonna look really nice, eye appealing. But I'll do my best here. I know I give you guys high standards with my videos, so I know you're gonna have critics. Okay, around 2 passes. The idea is like maybe 4 or 5 passes here on this thickness, but we'll see. Each pass, I try to do it tight. Try to cover like more than around 50% of the each bead, just to overlap. I like to put foil, as you see, inside the pipe so I can support my hand, as this pipe is getting really hot. It's a good habit if you, as I said, I put 4 passes, so it's gonna be 5 passes. I did a little bit clean up here at the edge, so I'm gonna run one more bead to finish that. Same thing, 1.8. I was thinking, should I put maybe 332 or 1.8? I'm just gonna continue with 1.8. I was doing 1.8 all the time. Okay, now the cleanup. Get rid of if you got any undercuts, stuff like that. You want to have no undercuts, and run a little bit maybe file, and then after file run a buffing wheel. And now we're gonna cut it 4 pieces, and then we're gonna bend. And that's what they do. They cut 4 pieces out of that 2-inch pipe. It's gonna be a side bend. This is how it looks like. All that hard work for just a little 4 pieces. That's the welding procedure. That's the test. Okay, now we got a 4 coupons here. I gotta clean it, top and bottom sides. I get rid of all that cutting. I gotta be nice and clean. And then round the edges. Round the edges on that each coupon. It's really important when you bend. As you can see here, just run a grinder a couple times on those edges, and be careful for stamping. You're not allowed to get rid of that stamping, or that's fail right away. Each coupon is marked with a stamp 1 to 4. Okay, and now we go for bend. As I said, it's a side bend test. And that's it. They want a piece. That's a good sign always for each welder. They're all in one piece, and no openings, no cracks. And that's it pretty much, guys. That test was successful. I pulled a slip, and now I can go to work. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks for your support so far, and like, subscribe, hit that bell, and see you in the next one. Take care.